What's good, people? Back in the day, I used to play the HBAR-T like it was nothing. And as a matter of fact, I'll give you a video title right now. The Splinter Cell playstyle. You know Splinter Cell, right? Well, of course you do. That game is hype. Even though I only played two different versions of it. The regular version and Pandora Tomorrow. But anyways, back in the day, this weapon was unnerfed and it felt amazing. Now, it is nerfed. But how does it feel? Well, I feel like I am relearning it as a consequence of grinding this here challenge. Yes, I actively said it, grinding this here challenge, because let's face it, I got this weapon gold, the HBAR-T, the VSS gold, and the M76 gold. If I don't make both the VSS and HBAR-T challenge complete on my account before season 19 is over with, can I really say they are my favorite weapon? Can I? And I know. Look at the map we're on battery death, battery snow death to be exact, and I have a rifle on my back. You heard me say multiple times that shotguns work best on this map, if not submachine guns, if you know how to aim right. Well, I said, you know what, man? Let me see just how nerfed this HBAR-T really is. So I put on my man pants, and I signed up for battery death. And battery death also signed up for me. What does that mean exactly? Well, pay attention to this. I'll be the first one to admit, that was terrible. I could have played that so much better, but, I mean, given the circumstances and what that guy had on him and how he was moving, it was pretty intimidating, not gonna lie. But that's no excuse. I could have played that better. I was attempting to just shoot him in the side a bunch of times and kill him. But, since when did my HBAR-T become so inaccurate? Well, what's one way to solve inaccuracy? Get closer. But I couldn't get closer in that scenario because he didn't know I was to his left. That's what you want. So in retrospect, I should have went prone and then fired. But if I did that, I would hit his body armor. And sure, hitting his body armor means I can get to his flesh quicker, but with those kind of players, you want to aim for the head. Alright, well, let me attempt to aim for the head. If I would have tried that, I'd have been sitting there for a very long time waiting for his head to cross my crosshairs. He knew what he was doing. He's a very experienced player. The guy didn't stop moving. And in this game, when you shoot at something, you better be sure that that something is in the crosshairs. Because if you miss, you're in a world of trouble. And given how that guy was moving back and forth slowly, if not quickly, my bad, quickly, just going from the left to the right on that rock, I would have to get directly on his left to minimize the chances of his head not being in my crosshairs. But let's face it, who has time for that? The guy's right there, and he doesn't know I'm there. Take the shot now, before anything happens. Well, I did, on one knee, and somehow all my shots missed. That sucks. But I'm here alive, and lesson learned. With the HBAR-T, you gotta get close. Or at least that's what I learned from that there gunfight. You gotta get close. So, remember how I said you gotta get close? Well, that was accomplished in that gunfight, but he also killed himself by standing on top of the container to get a shot at me. It is what it is, but the recoil, right? The recoil is what makes this gun so lackluster. I mean, lack for better words, no pun intended. But what if you just put it on single and fire in single shot mode? Okay, yeah, you can reduce some of the recoil, but chances are the guy you're firing at is going to be firing back at you on full auto. Which means you better hope your right finger, your right pointer finger to be exact, is hella quick. But you also gotta hope that your left thumb can point the camera down while shooting to negate the recoil. Now, who's going to sit here and do all that? Well, I guess me for that one gunfight, but not for the average player. So, the HBAR-T people, I feel like I have to relearn it. Now, am I going to stick with this gun after I get the challenge done? Maybe once in a while. I'll pull it out once in a while, but I don't think I can see myself using this gun a lot. Because why use this when the FG42 is in the game? As I've said multiple times, the FG42 is just a straight up better HBAR-T. So, why use the HBAR-T? I'm going to still use the VSS because it's a damn VSS. Like, who do you see using a VSS anymore? But then again, that weapon got nerfed. But it didn't get nerfed like how the HBAR-T did. With the VSS, you can still get into a gunfight, even though that's not how you're supposed to use a VSS, but you can still get into a gunfight. With HBAR-T, you have a bigger clip capacity, which means, better chance of surviving in a gunfight. But it's just sad what developers did to these weapons, man. It's just sad. Now, moving on with the gameplay. Radiation's here, and I'm running toward an exit. Now, I'm trying to save up wire for my house because at the time of this here video recording, my house is almost done. So I don't want to go to the top exit. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I spot this guy walking toward this here exit. And I'm looking at him, or at least I was trying to aim just then. He sees me aiming and goes prone. And I'm like, damn, I just missed you. But he appears again, this time on the left side boat, aiming. That shot was going to hit his head. On everything I know, he was about to get headshotted. What had happened was he went prone, crawled to the other side of the boat, and for some reason wanted to be a beaver in that little arcade game, Whack-A-Mole. Or I guess a mole in Whack-A-Mole. And wanted to see where I was. I was still looking in your direction. You literally dodged a bullet. And like, that phrase fits this situation so damn well. But it's okay. It's fine. Because now, we're out of here. People, I'm not going to lie to you. The HBAR-T challenge can be, if not is, challenging. But let's face it. The whole point of a challenge is for it to be challenging. And like I said, it is sad what the developer has done to the HBAR-T. But until they actually sit back and think about each weapon and try to balance them once again, in which case some weapons might be nerfed, it is what it is, and we gotta deal with it. So my best advice with the HBAR-T, if you're close, full auto. If you're far, single, well far if not mid, single, and just pray the recoil doesn't bite you in the ass. And also pray that your opponent doesn't have their weapon on full auto and just destroy you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.